When it comes to comparing system performance, SysBench by Akopytov is an absolute classic. And sadly, not all process computers provide a pre-built version of it in the repositories. And in this little video, I'm not only going to show you how to build SysBench, but I'm also going to show you how to create a specific version so that you get a reproducible build. And just to explain the motivation why I'm doing this video, I got my hands onto this ASUS TinkerBoard as a present from my old friend Richard Rieger, and I wanted to compare its performance a little bit to other long-life single-board computers. And the problem here was that not only was there no pre-compiled SysBench package available, but also simply running a default compile returned another version. And so the results this board got were not comparable with the results from other boards, or at least not comfortably comparable. So, now in the first step, I'm going to show you a little trick for localizing the process computer on the network. Usually, I don't like to log into my router, and so a nice thing you can do is just run nmap, as you see here. And yes, this can take a bit of time. You can use other options to scan a little faster, but this is also not too bad. And now, here we already have our victim. We've got the Linaro Alip, that's the new board, and you see that the SSH is already open. So let's go for it. And now you see sometimes it pitches like this. So if this happens, you just put this one, and then you reconnect. And we know that it's Linaro also for the password, and now we are already in the machine. So this is a very efficient way to find straggling process computers in the network. And yes, now in the next step, we have to go and visit the SysBench Git repository, which is here. And we go down here and we find out the compilation instructions, because we need an older version. So we find here they require a few packages, and generally if you have these requirements, you just copy them one by one and you run them in the command line. And yes, you shouldn't forget the sudo in the first place. And you see sometimes it complains about a few libraries. If this is the case, usually you can just ignore one of them and install the rest. And yes, when you take possession of a new system, you should run an apt-get update before to get the very latest list of packages onto the machine, like you see here. And yes, this takes quite a bit of time, as you see here. And now we can run it again, and now we see we also got lib.io. So sometimes, or usually, you should do such a check before you get any actual packages. And of course, we also are going to take these database dependencies, even though we don't need them. We just try to install them. If it doesn't deploy, we don't really care, but we should at least try. And yes, now we've tried these databases, and now in the next step we have to get the actual GitHub repository. And for this we take here this link, And then we go here, git clone, put in the link. And now we download a complete copy of the whole SysBench code. And yes, the speed at which this takes place depends on the CPU, it depends on the GitHub server. There's a lot of dependencies. And now we can go here into SysBench, and now we see here, this is in theory the folder which we use. And now we say cat to look at the README. And now we see here the README of the project. So we see we got a full copy of the code. And now if we look here, we find in theory the various commands which we can run. But we have a problem. This is version 1.1 and it's not compatible with the older version. So we need to perform a manual downgrade inside of here. So we go in here and we say git tag. And now we get a list of all the tags in the project and we know this is the version which we want. So we can select that. And now we can go in here and we need to get some extra information. Like so. And then we do git tag again. And now we say git checkout tags and the tag which we want. So like so. And now we see it's checking this out. It's now getting us this older version of the project, you see? And now here it says head is now at blah blah blah, release blah blah blah. And now with this information, we can actually start the work. So we can go here and we can run our auto again, as we always do. Next step is the configure. We don't want the database, so we will use -- without -MySQL. So we go here. Now we are configuring it. It does these usual tests. And now we see that we are in principle ready to compile. So now we go in here, we do make J, and then after that we have to do make install. But now we do make J first. This will take quite a bit of time because the TinkerBoard is not so fast. And now we go sudo make install. And now we do SysBench. And we see, nice, we've got the version 1.0.20 ready to go. And so now we can get comparable results to our other process computers. And with that, I'm very grateful for your attention. I hope that you liked the video and see you soon. Thank you.